Hi, my name's Andy Sheets. I work with the West Virginia Division of Forestry as the Partnership Coordinator. Now, what does that mean? That means I do a lot of work with volunteer groups around the state, and I also do a lot of conservation education activities, talking with school children and teaching adults about nature and how we can get along and what we can find in nature. To do that, we use a program called Project Learning Tree. This is a peer-reviewed, internationally accepted outdoor education curriculum. Today, the lesson we're looking at is activity number 64. It's called Looking at Leaves. If you do this activity in a class, you would have a sheet of paper with 4 different titles on each corner. You might have leaf shape, you might have leaf color, you might have leaf edge, margin. And then you would take the leaf and you would look at that, and then you would describe your leaf using those terms. Well, today we're going to look at a red maple leaf. This is a red maple leaf. How can I tell this is a red maple leaf? First of all, it has a serrated edge or margin. It also has 3 distinct lobes. Also, in the spring, when the leaves first come out, sometimes the stems are red. That may or may not be, that's not an absolute, but it can happen. Our next leaf is a dogwood leaf. So we're looking at the dogwood leaf, and what makes this a dogwood leaf? Well, the dogwood leaf has a smooth edge or a margin, and it also has a extra little tip at the end of it, where it just comes out a little bit extra. The dogwoods, they bloom in spring. Very pretty trees, ornamental trees, and that's a dogwood leaf. Next, we have a red oak leaf. The red oak leaf has deep sinuses in it. These little indentations here, these are called sinuses, that's the technical term for it. And they also have pointed edges. Very sharp, very pointed edges. So that's a red oak. Now, so far, all the leaves we've looked at have been simple leaves. They are just one leaf unit. This is what we call a compound leaf. This is a walnut. Now, this is one unit, even though it is made up of several different leaflets. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different leaflets. But each leaflet is attached to the main stem with its own little stem. And that's what makes this, we call this a compound leaf. And you can see the shape on the walnut leaf. It also has a smooth edge or margin. It has the main vein midrib up through the middle of the leaf. And that's what we call a compound leaf. Here's another simple leaf. This is a sweetgum. The sweetgum has a serrated edge. It's very, very fine. You have to get pretty close to see it. It has 5 lobes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it looks kind of like a star. So if you use your imagination, you could probably see that as a star. And that is one little trick you can use to help you identify this leaf if you see it in nature. Next, we have a white oak leaf. The white oak leaf has the same sinuses as we saw on the red oak. It has the same general overall shape as the red oak. However, the tips of the leaves are rounded on the edge. And that's one giveaway that this is a white oak as opposed to a red oak. This is a yellow poplar leaf. Common name is tulip poplar. A lot of people know it by tulip poplar. This is one of my favorite leaves to talk about because it has what I think a very unique shape and a very easy way for you to remember what this leaf represents. If you use your imagination, you can almost see a kitty cat's face in this leaf. Up here are the ears, here are the whiskers, and you can put the eyes in about there or so. And that way, if you see this, you think, oh, kitty cat, oh, tulip poplar, or yellow poplar. Our next leaf, this is a redbud leaf. It is wide, it's kind of wide at the middle, and then it comes down to a point again. This is also very similar to another leaf, a catalpa. The catalpa leaf has the same general shape as this, but it's probably 3 times as long. So you can get confused when leaves have the same shape, but then you have to look at how big they are sometimes to identify which leaf actually you're looking at. Okay, now here we have a sugar maple leaf. For those of you that know your state trivia, this is our state tree, sugar maple. It has 5 distinct lobes, and it has a smooth edge. Now the reason it has a smooth edge is because it's sugar maple, and the sugar is so sweet the leaf has lost its teeth. That's again a little trick you can use to help you remember the difference between this and a red maple, because the red maple has a serrated edge and the sugar maple has a smooth edge or margin. So I guess the most important thing we could do to talk about now is to talk about some of the technical terms. I've been using them in the video, and maybe you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, that really doesn't matter, because the PLT book has a wonderful glossary in it, and it will tell you everything you need to know in the way of technical terms. But just for this walnut leaf now, we're going to look, the edge is called the margin. The petiole is what attaches the leaf to the main stem. And we have the midrib, and then we have the minor veins going up and down through here. So what is the purpose of the leaf? The purpose of the leaf is to provide food for the tree. How does the leaf do this? The leaf uses a process called photosynthesis. Now I know that that's a really big word, photosynthesis, but it's the process the leaf uses to produce sugar for the tree. The tree takes in carbon dioxide, which just by happen chance, we give off carbon dioxide. So we live in a symbiotic relation with trees. We give off carbon dioxide that they need to produce energy and to release oxygen into the air. And oh yeah, we need oxygen to breathe, to live. So that's a symbiotic relationship. So yes, we all need trees. There's no 2 ways about it. We couldn't get by without trees in our world. So I guess the best thing we can do now is you can look through the book, and if you have any questions, you can bring them up to the moderator, or you could email me. That would be fine too. My email is andy.i.sheets@wv.gov, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions you may have. And again, I'd like to refer you to Project Learning Tree. If you have more questions, please feel free to look it up on the internet, www.plt.org.